All right, we have a Liverpool fan here today. We've got Timo. What are your thoughts about the game tomorrow?
I'm worried as a Liverpool fan because we're playing against Newcastle United, and there's a player called Isak that has threatened Newcastle that he wants to join Liverpool, and due to that, I'm worried about like the atmosphere in Newcastle in St. James Park. Are we going to have a good game? I don't know, but I know Liverpool is going to win no matter what.
All right, got that prediction down.
Yes.
All right.
And Liverpool is better than Chelsea, just for.
Cut. Hello. We have Jerry with us. He is a Arsenal fan. Give us your thoughts on where Arsenal's at this week, and just any feedback you have on their performance.
Well, I think we're the first on the table, right? I think so. Should be the first, as always. So I feel like this year is Arsenal's year. Premier League, Champions League, even the FIFA World Cup in the next 4 years. So I'm really, really confident about us, getting to higher heights.
So you're going to chase Chelsea for the world champion title?
I'm not worried about Chelsea. Chelsea's the least of our problems,
What's the most of your problems right now?
Nothing. I don't have any competition.
All right. What are your thoughts on the Newcastle-Liverpool game tomorrow?
It is going to be a great game, though, and I'm for sure I know it's going to be a shocker because I know Newcastle is a very good team. So Liverpool is going to have a day tomorrow to run after the ball.
All right. Well, thank you very much. All right, we have another Liverpool fan with us today. We've got Lord Cliff. What's your reaction on just some of the games that happened this week?
I think from the second game, the league is starting to shape up, with
the second Liverpool game?
No. I'm just talking the second game of the season with all the teams that played, like the Man City, Tottenham. It was an interesting one, and we see that maybe they're probably back to where they were by the end of the season. And looking at the Liverpool game, that's Monday Night Football per UK time. It's going to happen here in the afternoon. It's just about the atmosphere because there's a gap in quality between those two teams, between Liverpool and Newcastle. There's really a gap in quality. It's just about mentality now going up to that game. But I'm still rooting for my team for the victory.
Of course. How about Manchester United? What are your thoughts on them this last week?
I mean, like I said, it's just starting to shape up, and we're seeing the teams for what they really are. They just pick up from where they left off from last season. Last season they turned up in big games, like the games against Liverpool. They had a draw. They turned up against Arsenal. They even eliminated Arsenal from the FA Cup. They turned up against Manchester City. They won Manchester City away from home. But when it came to the smaller teams, I don't want to discredit any team, but when it came to the smaller teams, they were always malperforming, And they have shown the same thing today. They played a good game against Arsenal, even though they didn't get the victory. But when it came to Fulham today, you see they folded again, and it was another draw. And that's it. That's 1 point from 6.
All right, and what about the Chelsea game? What do you have comments for us on that game?
I mean, so far, even though they did draw their first game at home, which was disappointing based on the form that they came from at the Club World Cup, they picked their momentum again against a struggling West Ham. But it's another thing for a team to be struggling and for the other opposition team to capitalize on their struggle. So, which is something they did very well, and they came out victorious 5-1. It's not easy banging those goals in the net. So it was a good game for Chelsea, and so far they're very electrifying.
Yes, it was a much more interesting game than their first game. So,
Of course.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Chelsea sucks.
All right, we have one more Manchester United fan with us, Pascal. What are your thoughts on this last week and what you guys have coming up?
Actually, I want to start with the game today. We drew the game today 1-1. For me, it was like a loss. But Man U so far, man, it's a mess.
What are your thoughts on the VAR incident that happened?
For the first game,
Yes.
well, it was a no call. For me, it was a penalty all the way. And I think there were two incidents that the referee did not get it.
Man U sucks.
The referee did not get it. VAR did not call it. I don't know why, but I can't rely on VAR for us to win, right? We need to play to win. But the first game we did pretty well. We lost. Today, man, it was as compared to the first game. We thought we were going to do better and even win, but somehow we came out with a draw. We have not lost a game at Oh, Fulham has not. Well, for the last 15 years, we have always beat Fulham in Fulham, but somehow today we drew. So for me, it's like a loss. So we are still, what's our position? 13 in the leagues, 16 anyway. But I'm seeing some hopes. I know it's the first two games, but hopefully, I would say by the fifth day of play, we should be back in the top 10.
So despite everything, you think the players' heads are in the right space and you guys are on the upward trajectory?
I think with the new players now, they like Burma, Cunha, and the rest, they are still trying to link up. So maybe 5 games, we should be back top 10. Yep.
All right. What games do you want us to look out for this week? What are you most excited to watch?
What games are even coming up?
Liverpool, Newcastle.
Yes, that's the main game, Liverpool, Newcastle, and I'm hoping that Newcastle beats Liverpool. Yep. So because
Manchester United sucks.
yep, that's a nickname. But I'm hoping that Newcastle will beat Liverpool, and I'm going to bet on that.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. We've got Leia with us. Leia, tell us, who do you think is the best team in the league?
Chelsea.
All right. You heard it here.
Manchester United and Liverpool suck.
All right. We've got a fan in the house with us tonight. Margaret, tell us, who is the best team in the league right now?
Chelsea.
Who's the best team in the league and in the world?
Chelsea.
Yeah. Hello. We've got a fellow Chelsea world champion fan in the building with us right now. What are your thoughts on Chelsea's performance this last week?
Oh yeah, well I think Chelsea is doing what Chelsea does best. Winning games. It was our second game of the season. I think we played against West Ham. We had a rough start. Crystal Palace, it was a tie. Not what I expected from the young boys, but we stepped it up during the second game, which was against West Ham. Did a great job, beat them 5-1, and it was away at West Ham. So I think that was a good game. I'm impressed with the boys.
What do you think made the difference between the first game, coming out with a draw, and then going into the second game with such a significant victory?
Yeah, well, I think the guys were under pressure already. After winning the World Cup, the World Club Cups and everything, they came back with high expectations. So Crystal Palace really came and they didn't play the game. They just packed the bus. They weren't playing any game. They were just sitting all the way back and holding up the defense line. But with West Ham, Graham Potter, which is a former Chelsea coach, of course, he tried to play the game of like opening up the game and trying to score behind the defense line, but you can't do that with Chelsea because we have really fast wingers. So the game was a little bit way more open, and then the wingers did a great job. And of course, the little kid Estevao was amazing. He had a good assist for his first game for Chelsea. So I think there were a couple of good players. We had Joao Pedro that also have 2 assists and a goal. So it was a great game for the lads.
Speaking of Estevao, do you think that he will be able to capitalize going forward? He had that one major miss that should have been a goal. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think again, it's a lot of pressure on the young kid because being being labeled the next biggest star from Brazil after Neymar, it's a lot of pressure for him. He's only 18 years old. He played against us during the Club World Cup. He scored a goal, which put him on the limelight for most Chelsea fans. So we expect a lot from him, but I'm hoping with time he's going to settle in just fine and be able to get it right. And those kind of misses he had during the last game wouldn't happen again. He should score those goals because that's how you make a difference between being a good player and being an extraordinary player. Just kind of ball should be goals. So hopefully he bounces back and keeps doing what he does best, run down the wings and then score goals.
All right, and then from the other side, you mentioned Graham Potter. How much time do you think he has left with West Ham? You think his days are numbered, or what are your thoughts there?
As far as I'm concerned, he could stay there for a lifetime. He could just stay at West Ham so we could keep getting points from them. But yeah, Graham Potter, I've always said it before, he's a fraud. He was never a good coach. I'm not sure how he made it from Brighton to Chelsea, now back to West Ham, but only time will tell. I don't think he's a real coach.
All right, and then we've heard a lot from the Manchester United fans, a lot about Liverpool. What are your thoughts on Arsenal and their performances last week?
Well, Arsenal being Arsenal, I think they scored against Manchester United through a corner kick. They also scored against Leeds today. They scored 5 goals. I think 2 or 3 came from corner kicks. So I'm still not very impressed with Arsenal goals until they start scoring from open play. I said it before. I think football, you have to be able to score in open play. That's how you build a game, and that's how you get to build a solid team. If you keep scoring from corner kicks, there's no way you win the league. Granted, it's a form of goal, but you have to be able to score in open play to be able to win games. That's why I'm not worried about Arsenal.
Yeah, so like a number of the Chelsea goals came from restarts and corner kicks, but you're saying the difference there is that they've also scored in open
In
play.
open play, correct. Yeah, you have to score in open play. We had like 3 goals from open play. The assist from Estevao, the assist from Joao Pedro. No, those were all open play goals that they run down the line. You take on a defender, you dribble, you make a cross, then someone makes a run and score. You have to be able to score in open play. That's how you build a team, because scoring on what's it called, set paces all the time is not very reliable. Because if you have tall and strong defenders, then you really can't muscle your way through. So I think it's important for Arsenal to be able to score in open play.
All right, thank you so much.
Hey, world champions in the building.
All right, we got another Chelsea fan in the house. Who are the world champions right now?
Chelsea.
Good answer. Who are the
Who's the best team
overall
in the league?
champions?
The best team in the league? Chelsea.
Good answer.